I see a lot of these year-end planners on either YouTube or whatever magazine you can think of, and they all talk about year-end deductions. And let's be honest, a lot of them, in my opinion, as a tax preparer, are just kind of ridiculous. And what I mean by that is they give you so many tax deductions that you can take that in theory it makes sense, but in reality most of us are not at that level where we can afford to take tax some of their tax deductions. What I mean by that is I was recently watching a video, and this guy, he billed himself as a he's not a bookkeeper, he's not a tax preparer, but he's a tax architect. And he kept saying over and over again, I'm a tax architect, I'm an architect, oh, you gotta do this, and you gotta deduct that, and you go overseas and you do Bitcoin and you do crypto, and whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, who in the heck can afford to do some of these ideas that this guy is recommending? I mean, he was recommending, like, get a irrevocable trust, or which, by the way, costs anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 up to $20,000. So most people, in theory, it makes sense, but in reality, most people don't have that kind of money. Or even doing, like, paying your kids. Yeah, in theory, you can pay your kids up to the standard deduction, which I think is like $8,000 or $9,000, and then you can do an IRA to the kids, and then. But I just think to myself, who in the heck has that kind of money to, not only be paying themselves and their IRA or 401k, but to also be paying their kids W-2 and IRA. So, like I said, in theory, it works out, but in reality, it doesn't make any sense, because that money, when you give it to your kids, obviously it's your kids, and it goes into their IRA, and they can't take it out with there's some exceptions, but I don't want to get too far into that, because then this video is gonna take forever. But there's some exceptions where they can take it out, and it's your kids, and if they take it out, well, then there's the appreciation of the income it's at an income tax rate, and there's also a penalty if it's not taken out with those exceptions. So